So I've been doing a series of videos on the Ruger RXM, and this series of videos has revolved around upgrades from the Liberty Build Company, and it's been a very popular series of videos. Now, Liberty Build Company has trigger upgrades for the RXM. They have magwells. This is the flat magwell on the compact frame. They also make a slanted magwell that I've done a review on. They also made a keyway adapter for the Streamlight TLR1 HL and this Harbor Freight light, which pushes the light back closer to the trigger guard. And they just continue to keep putting out more parts. And we're going to talk about a couple of those today. So I'm pretty excited for this next video in this series. And one of the reasons for that is Cobra Arms was nice enough to send out the new Magpul full-size frame for the RXM. So what this basically is going to do is turn your compact RXM into a Glock 19X or Glock 45 style pistol. So now that this frame is out, Liberty Build Company has already designed magwells for the full-size frame. Inside this package is the slanted magwell, but they're also making the flat magwell like this on the compact for the full-size frame. And since a lot of people are using the RXM for carry, a lot of people are putting RMSc footprint dots on the RXM. So Liberty Build Company came out with this, and this is basically a gap filler if you are going to use an RMSc footprint dot on your RXM slide. So let's head over to the other bench and check out these three awesome new products. All right, we're over on the other bench, and the first thing we're going to talk about is the new full-size frame. So this is the Magpul EHG RG9. Now, I went ahead and went with the gray frame because I really like the black and gray look of the original RXM, so I wanted to keep that same look with the full-size frame. Now, just like the compact, you have the choice between black, FDE, OD green, and the gray that I have. Now, the packaging on this is pretty nice. This is the top of the box, and this is the back of the box. And this just slides off of here. We'll get this opened up. And there's what you are presented with. So you get the frame, it's wrapped in plastic, and it does come with a couple springs in the box. And it also comes with your installation instructions. So let's compare our two frames. So this is the original. I went ahead and already stripped the fire control unit out of it. I took the magwell off, and obviously I've got the slide off. So you're going to take all your parts from your original RXM and move them over to your full-size frame. The only thing that's already installed is your magazine release, which is really cool, especially since these frames are coming in under 40 beans. So I already said this basically turns your RXM into a Glock 19X or Glock 45 style gun. So if you put these two frames together, as you can see, you're going to get a longer grip with the full-size frame, but everything on top stays the same. So you're basically getting a compact size gun with a full-size grip. And one thing that I really like that Magpul does with this frame is the texturing on this. It feels really good. And a lot of times you hear me complaining when I'm doing gun reviews that the texture stops right about here, where they've got that texture going all the way up to the top of the frame. You've also got that same texture right here, which gives you like a little memory pad or a thumb rest or a gas pedal, whatever you want to call it. So I really like the texture on this frame. So now let's get into the full-size magwell from Liberty Build Company. And when you get yours, this is how it comes. It'll be in a little black plastic Ziploc style bag. So inside the bag, you're going to have an Allen wrench. And you've got two very small screws. Don't lose those. So here is your slanted magwell. And like I said, they do make a flat if you prefer that. And it is exactly the same as the video I did on the compact one. This one's just a little bit bigger. Now I can't show you how to install this on the gun here on YouTube, but basically what you're going to do is put this on the frame, and if you look in the bottom, you got 2 holes right here. That's where those 2 screws are going to go, and that is going to spread these apart and lock that right on to the frame. So let me get this put on and we'll come back and talk about it. All right, we got the slanted Magwell on the frame, and it looks really good. Now this thing snapped on nice and tight. Honestly, I don't even think you would need those screws. I'd still go ahead and put them in anyway, but I don't think we're going to have to worry about that coming off. And man, this grip feels so much better in my 2XL size hands than the compact. I really like this. This is going to be nice. All right, now we're going to talk about the gap filler if you want to put an RMSc footprint dot on your RXM slide. And here is the gap filler. So this is just a piece of pliable 3D printed material, I assume, and it's not a mounting plate, it's just a gap filler. So let me show you what this does. So this is the new Gowatar EP10 enclosed emitter multi-reticle red dot, and this has the RMSc footprint. And I'm getting ready to take this to the range to do a full review on it. So what better gun to test it on than the RXM? So the RXM has a really awesome optic mounting system on it. You can use a ton of different optics on this. RMR footprint, Delta Point Pro, and obviously the RMSc footprint. But what happens is when you put an RMSc footprint dot on this slide, you've got a really big gap here in the back and you've got a gap up in the front. So what this gap filler does is fill in the slide, and it also gives you a nice tight fit for your RMSc footprint dot. And that's what it looks like with the RMSc dot installed on the slide. And it's a pretty nice tight fit. There is no movement back and forth. So once we get the screws in that, that's going to lock up nice and tight. Pretty cool, innovative little product. Very simple, but also a much needed product for an RMSc footprint dot on this slide. So let me get the screws installed in this, and then I'm going to get this gun all put back together, and we'll see what it looks like. All right, there is the finished product, and I'm super happy with it. We've got our screws mounted in our Gowatar red dot. This frame just feels excellent in my hand, and I am absolutely loving that Magwell. Now, if you want to see how this gun operates now, since I got the full-size frame on it, go ahead and subscribe to the channel, because like I said, I'm going to be doing the review on this Gowatar multi-reticle red dot, and I'll let you know at the end of that video what I think about this. And if you are interested in any of these Liberty Build Company parts, head to my website, go to the weekly deals section, and I got a direct link right to their website. And as always, I want to thank Liberty Build Company for sending these parts out to the channel, because I've really enjoyed making this series of videos. Well, I hope you enjoyed the video. Please like and subscribe, and I'll see you on the next one.